Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bubby Brister Fantasy Football Podcast presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Bubby is not here. It's just me and Nick. Um, Nick, we're just going to do one single topic, and I think the big news from week one is the Micah Parsons trade. Did you have any thoughts on Micah Parsons being traded from Dallas to the Green Bay Packers?
I guess my big feeling takeaway from that is that the Cowboys are just terribly ran. The idea that you got two first round draft picks and a player for him, like you could have traded, and the Eagles wanted him. So if the Eagles wanted him, at least be that guy that we see in fantasy trades where somebody will give us a trade that we have to say no because it's outrageous. Why would you trade me? Like, there's no way I would make this trade. The Cowboys should have called their bluff and said, "Okay, if you want this, I want Jalen Carter, and I want Jalen Carter and two first round draft picks, something outrageous. So at least to be like, oh, the Eagles turned this trade down because he offered something outrageous."
Yeah, I understand the thought of not wanting to trade within the division, but also you should look at it like, well, we want to win the trade. So if we can make our opponent weaker in the process, then that should be worth exploring. So yeah, if you want to hold the Eagles over the barrel and ask for like 4 number ones or something,
Yeah.
like call
Yeah,
their bluff, like you
exactly.
said.
It should have been something crazy. Like, I want your first two. I want your first pick for the next 2 years. I want your second pick for the next 2 years. I want your third round pick next year. Like something crazy. Like, so it needs to be like, wow, did they really do this? If they really wanted one person, or they'd be like, no, it's too crazy. It's worth too much. Just something that I felt they should. That's just too weak of a trade. And if you're going to trade for Michael Parsons, they should do that back at the draft,
The draft.
because then they really could have got something. They could have had other people jump in.
Yeah, the timing of it is terrible. So also call Michael Parsons bluff. If you're willing to sit out games and miss game checks, and even if he sits out the whole season, you still have him under control for next year. So that's another reason to explore trading him to someone like the Eagles is if you think you can improve the team by trading him, then you do it. But if not, just hang on to him. You're already too far down this road because you didn't
Right.
trade him back at the draft. And like it was basically a spite trade, which is ridiculous. Trading to the Packers
Very.
is dumb too because they're a winning team. If you're gonna trade him out of spite, send him to Carolina or something.
Yeah, to Carolina or something like that. Or better yet, like you said, you could have them sit out, and when trade deadline comes around, then you trade them. Then you'd be like, all right, it's two first round draft picks to the Packers, whatever, because they have to face the Packers week 4. So that sucks. Like, are you serious? That's why you trade them away from your schedule. You trade them in your schedule, so now Dak has to worry about Micah Parsons week 4.
Yeah, if your argument is we don't want to trade him to our rival, the Eagles, the Packers are just as much of a rival to you as the Packers are. And they just whooped your ass in the playoffs like 2 years ago or something.
They've been doing it for the last decade. It felt like now they did it with Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago. So I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad times for a Cowboy fan right now.
Bad luck too. And those picks are going to be in the late 20s or, early 20s at best. They're not going
At
to be
best,
high draft picks.
right?
And then the guy they got for him is good, Kenny King, but he's also like 30. So you're going to get a year or two out of him.
Right. You're getting 2 years out of them and then an expired contract. So then for what? So you can maybe take them 2 first round draft picks, your first round draft pick, and that first round draft pick, and trade up for a player. But what does it matter? You could have had a gamer. You could have drafted. You could have definitely made a trade to the Texans. Texans drafted a defensive end. You could trade it to the Bengals. The Bengals drafted. Well, they're not going to do it because Bengals have their own issues with their defensive end. So that wouldn't have worked. But I
And
mean,
Cap.
but they could have. There's options that the Cowboys could did around draft time that they want to do it. But the problem is Jerry Jones do all these last minute deals. That's how Ezekiel Elliott contract was signed
Dak.
last minute. Dak last minute. It's like
CD.
last minute. It's like, why? You wait last minute, you're paying the most premium price. You sign them early, you're paying the lowest price because somebody's going to outdo that price immediately later.
Yeah, it's just Jerry Jones has lost the plot for sure. It's funny. I think it was Mark Schlereth. I don't know who it was. I forget. But Somebody was like, it must be funny to be a Cowboys fan because you get called a front runner, but if you're like 35 years old, you haven't seen them win a Super Bowl really, in your lifetime anyways.
Right.
So you're called
Exactly.
a front runner, but you've never seen them win
Right. This you have
or come
if you're
close to winning.
if you're 30, you have never seen the Cowboys really win the NFC Championship. So I mean, it's tough.
Yeah. So that's it on the Micah Parsons trade, I think. I just the team should call their bluffs more often. Like Le'Veon Bell, when he sat out the whole season, I think other players might have gotten scared off by seeing a guy
Right.
fall on his face like that. That was a disaster for Le'Veon Bell.
Right. His career was never the same, and that was it for him. Like he flamed. He got paid. He went to Jets and got paid, but he was nothing else after.
Just cooked. Yep. So yeah, let's get into these box scores real quick. We had week 1 of fantasy. Week 1's way too stressful for being the first week of the season. You never know who's gonna do what. You want to see all your draft picks pan out. Like you could feel real dumb real quick after week 1. Um, and that's how I felt. I played New Day co-op in week 1. I got a bunch of points late. My 123 is a lot more respectable than it really looked. Lamar Jackson propped me up with 36 points in the Sunday night game. He came through. I'm wondering now if I should have taken Josh Allen. I took the first quarterback, so I could have made that happen. But Kenny Walker, red flags. Charbonnet outcarried him, outran him, outperformed him. Kenny Walker averaged 2 yards a carry, averaged like 1 yard a catch. Pacheco, I haven't given up on him the way I have Kenny Walker just because of game flow affected him a lot, but it's not a good look. The Lions maybe turning back into pumpkins.
Oh,
Amon-Ra did not have a good game. I looked at his last season, though. He also had a bad week 1 then. McLaurin missed camp and stuff. These are all single-digit guys. Walker, Pacheco, Brown, McLaurin. Kelsey was propped up by a big touchdown catch, too.
yep.
My only guy who really outperformed expectations was Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, Ricky Purcell really showed his intermediate ability to catch the ball. That was pretty good. And you had a nice prop up by the new kicker for the Ravens, Loop. He actually came through and did pretty
Missed
well.
an extra point, though.
You made an extra point, but I mean, okay. That 1 point, that one single point won't help you.
Bring
Yeah.
Justin Tucker back.
Just Tucker, bring back Tuck. You know what I mean? Lamar Jackson, man, it's just the truth when it comes to fantasy, man. 36 points is crazy.
Yeah, he was. I wanted to take him number 1. I know that was ludicrous, but he's just super safe. Like he's the only one that did what he was supposed to do. All my bench guys got single digits. I might be a disaster. To New Day co-op, he killed it. Just double digits up and down the lineup. Chris Boswell kicked that game-winning field goal for him, like a 60-yarder against the Jets. Kyler Murray is nice, solid 26. Only 150, 63 yards in the air, but they didn't really need to throw the ball against the Saints. Chase Brown, a touchdown, 20 points. Kyron Williams, he should have went higher in drafts. Zay Flowers. So I had Jackson feeding Zay Flowers to the tune of 7 catches, 143 yards, and a touchdown.
He was the only person he was throwing it to. Like, come on, man. That hurts.
Yeah, I'm looking to move off Bateman this week somehow. And then Kyle Pitts even had 7 catches, 59 yards.
That's Tampa effect. You played against Tampa. Tampa's going to give you
Slate,
them yards no matter what.
Slate killed it. I don't want to give him short shrift here, but this game wasn't good. Dak underperformed, only 11 points on his bench. And then Tank Bigsby's on his bench. He's since been traded by Jacksonville to Philadelphia, so he's probably droppable now.
Right. Now he's just an emergency case of broken glass, like type of situation.
I was reading they basically just want him to return kick, so his fantasy days are done.
Yeah, that's it for him. Christian Kirk and then his other guy, R. Johnson, did nothing. So, yeah, but overall, Derek Slade with the New Day co-op, huge week 1, huge week 1, got them $40, 40 high fives immediately.
40 high fives. So I couldn't have beat him anyway. Like whoever played him was losing this week. So I guess that's consolation prize for me. To the next game, Smash Hawk 143, Renegades of Funk 92. Another beat down here. What do you see?
Jeez. So on Renegades of Funk side, bad times with Brian Thomas Jr. One catch for 11 yards. He had a rushing touchdown. That made it respectable outing for him, or been a really bad situation for him. TJ Hawkinson, kind of a victim of JJ McCarthy's first game, so he just didn't do anything with him. Uh, Devontae Adams, 451 is respectable. I mean, this is his first game as a Ram, so I'm okay with that. Um, but Jonathan Taylor, 71 yards. I felt he should have his number should have been higher because the Colts were leading all games, so they should have really ran him a lot more than that.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to protect him too. I don't know who had the second, amount of carries on them. But yeah, that's a good performance for him. To Hawkinson, real quick, there's a lot of mouths to feed in Minnesota all of a sudden. Like Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones, Addison will be back, Thielen's there, Jefferson, Hawkinson. This is all with a rookie quarterback, like you said. Um, yeah, that'll be interesting. George Pickens was a dud in his Cowboys debut. Thomas scored a touchdown, but he had one catch for 11 yards.
Right. He had Bryce Young starting, which was a very interesting choice.
I give him Big Balls Award for that this week. I see the vision. He was thinking he finished strong last year, a mobile quarterback, possibly a good matchup against Jacksonville. His other option was Matt Stafford, who, like, we know who he is at this point. He's a 20-point guy. So I see the vision, but yeah, he dropped him today and picked up Fields. So that's an immediate upgrade.
Right. Yeah, it feels an immediate upgrade in the battle Jacksonville, Carolina versus the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer offensive coordinators. Um, Jacksonville wiped the floor with them on that day. He does have Travis Etienne on the bench, and he's going to be an automatic start next week.
Yeah, good call. That was shocking seeing him get 143 yards, 24 points. And they obviously voted confidence by trading Bigsby.
Right. Absolutely. So the new regime's in there, and they're loving what they're seeing from him. So there's
Yeah,
that.
Smash Hawk, solid week. Jaden Daniels, 26. Bijan Robinson, 28 points, but only 24 rushing yards, which is interesting.
Yeah, a lot of that, all those points, majority of those points is off within his second touch, where he had that 50-yard touchdown catch. So that's something to watch out for. They were trying to use Bijan on a couple of like power run situations where they could have went to Tyler Algier. So they were really trying to use Bijan a lot, and it just didn't work out for him. But 28 points is really solid.
Mm-hmm.
T. McMillan, his stats could have been better. He dropped a touchdown pass. It was a
Bad
hard.
drop.
It would have been a hard catch, but it was a catchable ball for him.
He should have used two hands. He tried to one-hand it.
Yeah, that's true. Keon Coleman, 8 catches for 112 and a touchdown. That's all fourth quarter action.
Yeah, it's a good point. Trey McBride, a solid 12. Still no touchdowns for him.
No, still no.
Ridley, I mean, what are you going to do? Cam Ward's first game, 4 for 27. I don't know what to think of Ridley.
It's tough because there's a lot of either two things are happening. Either one, the Tennessee tight end wide receivers can't catch; they just cannot catch. Or two, Cam Ward's throwing the ball too hard and they can't catch the ball because a lot of these there were a lot of drops. Like I saw, Ridley had like 2 drops where the ball hits him in his hands, but it's just so much. He's fitting such a tight window throwing the ball. Very reminiscent of like how Lamar throws the ball. Because he throws off his back foot, but it's a lot of power forcing it in his direction. There's not a lot of finesse, not a lot of float on the ball.
I could see Ridley having a big year if the Titans are playing from behind a lot and Cam Ward can just rack up some garbage time yards. So
I
that
mean,
might be something to watch out for.
Calvin Ridley's getting the targets. He had 8 targets, so that's something to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. Not much on the bench for Smash Hawk. He did get some interesting performance from Dylan Sampson from Cleveland, who had a bunch of catches, 8 catches.
Yeah, he had a bunch of catches.
They got another guy coming back this week, and so that backfield's going to get crowded, and
Yeah,
the Browns are going to brown. Chubb was the lead back in Houston, so that's interesting.
Thornton Jr. for the Raiders is somebody to watch out for.
Ooh, he dropped him.
Oh, okay. because he had 2 catches, but he had 4 targets. So he has big play ability. So we'll see where it goes.
All right, on to the next one. Tampa Bay Punishers versus Learning Curve, 152, 127. Um, Baker Mayfield, 3 touchdowns, 31 points. Derrick Henry, he was killing it early, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did have a crucial fumble. Um, yeah, just J.K. Dobbins. We didn't mention R.J. Harvey in that last game. He had 6 carries for 70 yards, but Dobbins got all the work when they got the lead and we're
Mm,
holding on. So he had
interesting.
63 yards and a touchdown. Harvey had 6 carries. Dobbins had 16.
Hmm. That's interesting to keep track of because if Dobbins is going to be the kind of the backup running back, and if things are kind of in tow, they'll let Dobbins run. But if they're playing close, they'll play Harvey, or they might play the hot hand. I think we won't be able to figure that out until about week 3.
Yeah, it might take longer than that too because Harvey's a rookie. And uh, good bench performance for him. Hunter Henry, 4 catches, 66 yards, 10 points. Wandell Robinson, 6 catches, 55 yards, 11 points. Jordan Mason, 68 yards on the ground, 13 points. So, those are going to be good spot starters for him when he needs to fill bye weeks or injuries.
Yeah, Jordan Mason's a good pickup because he's Aaron Jones is not going to be the bell cow all season. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think they're going to have
So,
him on a pitch count because he's a veteran.
right. So Jordan Mason's definitely have the carries available there for that. Sam Laporta had a really good game, 6 for 79 yards. Take it last year, he started off very slow last year. And a person to watch out for, 2 people for him to watch out for is Tracy, who he was the bell cow for the New York Giants running back core, and they got no
Giants
wins.
are dog shit.
Their offensive line so bad.
That was my game to watch this week because I'm a Commander fan, and I turned it off. I switched over to the Steelers Jets game because it was really picking up in the second half, and like I almost just felt bad for Russell Wilson. It was like watching this guy it was like watching Saw.
And Drake London, he hurt himself late in the Bucks game, so he has an ankle situation going on. He didn't even finish the game, so if Drake London, if he plays to that injury, he's going to be hampered his cutting ability and his route running if he doesn't sit out, get healthy. So
Not a bad week for Learning Curve, 127. His second half of his lineup really let him down. Njoku, 6 points. Jerome Ford, 3 points. The double Cleveland Browns. That's not going to work. But Hubbard and Jacobs is a legit fantasy backfield.
oh yeah, Hubbard is clear bell cow for the Carolina Panthers. They're passing the ball to him, let him run the ball. Jacobs, same thing for the not Detroit, but Green Bay Packers there. Malik Neighbors, man, 12 points, 5 for 71. And taking that one of them catches, he had to do a major adjustment to get that one catch on that deep ball. So without that, his numbers could have been even worse. But the guy I'm circling on here is Smith Najigma. Man,
Yeah.
this guy 9 for 124. He's just a little slot machine, man.
Yeah, he's ready to break out. Neighbors is going to get killed by Wilson, too. All Russell Wilson is doing is just chucking it up to him. Wilson can't extend plays anymore. The line's terrible. They don't have a run game. All they have is Neighbors. He's going to get slaughtered. A lot of bench points. Javonte Williams might be a dude for him, too. So between Jacobs, Hubbard, and Javonte Williams, they scored 4 touchdowns. Rob, again, might have the best running backs. He did this last year too.
Yeah,
He had a killer RB squad.
yeah. He's a running back whisperer. We'll see what his quarterback does though. Drake May, he got to show a little more.
Yeah. On to the next one. Mile High Salute versus Kittle Fister. This might be the closest game of the week we had. This was an 8-point difference. Yeah, that's the closest. Let's see if the head coaches played a role. No, they both had winning head coaches, but the Ravens defense lost 5 points, a -5.
Shit, it wouldn't have been enough to get him over, but golly.
Well, you figure without that 5, that's 127, 124. Even if they have a 5-point game, he wins.
And he had Broncos. He had the well in the sense that he maybe could have won if he started Jonnu Smith. Well, no, he put Jonnu in flex and maybe got a little bit
Yeah,
more
he
out of
would
it.
have never
But
done that though.
yeah, no one would have started Jonnu Smith in flex.
Mm, no. Well, how many leagues has he owned in this year? Wow, he's owned in 28% of leagues. That's insanely high, if you ask me. But Cooper Cup, a dud, especially when you remember what Smith and Jigba did.
I mean, yeah, his team. I think this team it could pop. It could do a lot more. This week one is more of a brutal loss because T Higgins 3 for 33. That's not predictive of what could happen in the future. He has Jordan Addison on his bench, so that's more points. Another Viking receiver waiting to come. Um, if it-
Addison might take Cup's job when Addison fulfills his suspension.
right. He had Bo Nix, and Bo Nix had a rough first game. He started off like last year, like that too, very slow at first, and then got on late. Came on later, and the Ravens defense -5 sucks. Take it that Kittle Fister had Broncos defense +25. That's what was do with that, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that doesn't happen every week. It's surprising that Jones won this game because he got a combined 2 points from his wide receiver one, his tight end, and his flex spot. Xavier Worthy got injured getting off the bus. He's now out for the season. He got a 0 there. Mark Andrews, 1 catch, 5 yards. AJ Brown, 1 catch, 8 yards. If I'm him, I'm concerned about Aaron Jones's usage.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that as well, especially with the other guy we talked about, Jordan Mason might take over those reins, so that he might turn to a pumpkin. He'd have Judkins waiting out there eventually when he wants to practice. It'll work. But in the meantime, though, he has Debo Samuels and Hollywood Brown on his bench. Hollywood Brown is the number one wide receiver of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he might have a big year, like a sneaky nice year.
You know what I mean? I guess until Rasheed Rice comes back, he'll he'll have to be the only person, or Juju Smith Schuster.
Yeah.
They'll have to carry the weight for that. So there'll be hard times for a Chiefs fan. He has two on his bench. He isn't. He didn't drop Tua, did he? He
I
still.
think he did. I saw Tua got dropped in one of my
You know what I
leagues.
mean? Tua might
Yes,
still
Tua's been dropped.
like Tua is a guy that I think they're gonna bounce back. He has to because Herbert's not gonna do 39 points a week. He's just not.
So
That's
I
not
was
the
just getting
Herbert way.
ready to mention that. Yeah, I think Herbert is going to have a nice year, but it's going to come at the expense of Lad McConkey, who was drafted fairly high. He was drafted 36 overall, but what's his name? Quentin Johnson
Mm-hmm.
had a big game. Keenan Allen had a nice game. So McConkey might not just rack up a bunch of PPR points this year. He might have to share the ball, but that'll benefit Herbert. So
I think the Chargers wants to be a running team, so that's the thing about it.
see, I think they're going to pass more than we initially thought
Hmm.
because their running backs are Najee Harris, who is the new Trent Richardson, and that rookie Omari and Hampton. So I mean, that's a lot to ask. But yeah, good win for Jones here. Giante had a touchdown, so that's good in his rookie debut. On to the Dead Money versus Stealing the Wins. Dead Money shit the bed. He had the least amount of points. Um,
But he was
yeah, not
projected.
good.
But he was projected the most.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, his Burrow to Chase connection did not pan out. They got a combined 16 points.
That's brutal.
Hampton, who we just mentioned, 13 points in his debut. That's good, 48 yards. Tony Pollard, that's about what he does, 60 yards. He got 18 carries. That's a lot. Yeah, he didn't do shit. Garrett Wilson had a nice game, 7 catches, 95 yards. Losing head coach. He might have a dude in Krosky Merritt, though. He looked so good. Granted, it was against the Giants and Commanders were up big, but he's shifty.
Yeah, Krosky Merritt, I like him. This guy could run the ball. He has burst, and that's one thing the Commanders have not had in a while.
Tell me if you think this is a terrible trade or not. This is the basis of the trade. I offered it to Dave. He didn't really sound interested. I offered him Amon Ra for Garrett Wilson and Krosky Merritt.
You traded one person for two people?
Well, there was going to be some other like little turds in there involved, but that was the basis of the trade.
I off the basis, I don't like it because I'm not a big
For
fan of.
him or for me?
I don't like it for him because he's going to lose two people and gain one person.
Yeah, but one of the persons he's losing is a lottery ticket in Krosky Merritt.
Right,
Like when
but
he
if
drafted him, when he built the team, he wasn't really counting on Krosky Merritt. You know what I mean?
but Krosky Merritt's the number one running back on that team. So
Yeah, that's true. Looking at his
you
team,
have
like
to you'd have to trade me a running back, even if it's not a number one, even if it's a bench one. Because yeah, you're upgrading my receiver position, I guess. But you're trading for Garrett Wilson, which Garrett Wilson, I don't know if this is going to be you mean 5 catches for 95 yards touchdown. Is Justin Fields throwing the ball to him?
that's the gist of the question. Basically, is Garrett Wilson for real?
Yeah, I mean, because that's a hell of a stat line right there for week one. As a guy who drafted Garrett Wilson last year, I never got that. Um,
Yeah, we shouldn't
Travis,
spend too much time on
right.
Freeman. Yeah, I was just about to
But
mention Hunter too.
yeah, Travis Hunter though, 6 catches for 33 yards. That's just pathetic yards catch. Yards average. I'm not. No.
See, I think that's a good debut for him. 8 targets. Like I know the YPC sucks, but I'm surprised he got 8 targets in a game where Brian Thomas didn't do shit. Uh, yeah, if I'm Freeman, I'm happy with that target number, even if the
I think Brian Thomas did nothing because J.C. Horn was covering Brian Thomas,
okay, yeah, it's good to know. Stealing the
Carolina.
wins. He's the guy we should have been focusing on here. He had a very nice game. JJ McCarthy, he played him in his rookie debut against the Bears.
He
Tough
came
matchup.
alive. He came alive late.
3 total touchdowns. Yeah, he didn't do shit in the first half. He had like 5 passing yards before the end of the first half. Brees Hall, you gotta love that if you're him. I didn't know what to expect from him this year. He had 21 points, 107 yards, 19 catches, or 19 carries.
Yeah, that's true. That's Brees Hall definitely showed what he could do there. T. Henderson kind of bothers me because I thought he could do it better for the Patriots his debut, but I mean, you take what you get. Justin Jefferson, 4 catches, 44 yards, and touchdown. That touchdown catch saved everything for him. It was J.J. McCarthy. He's got to show me more because 143 yards total in the entire game isn't enough for me to be like, man, this guy's great. It's kind of like,
Yeah, and he's got a big with Tyreek Hill. This guy is cooked.
because I mean, is he cooked because he can't run, or just cooked he's not getting targets?
All of the above. He's cooked because he can't run. He's cooked because he's on a bad team. He's cooked because Tua can't throw the ball. The Dolphins can't do what they want to do. That was all facade a couple years ago when they had that hot start for like 8 weeks before Tua got his brain knocked out of his head. Yeah, Tyreek Hill is doomed, and now he's got this domestic violence stuff hanging over his head. You mentioned Henderson. If I'm Art, I'm very happy with Henderson's output this week. I probably wouldn't even started him, and he got 12 points. He caught 6 balls. The 5 carries I understand is your concern, but I mean, in his first game, like that's okay.
I mean, if you look at his bench, I mean, he literally has Rashad White, he's a backup. Najee Harris, backup. I mean, he had no choice but to start him.
Yep.
He had no choice but to start him, really.
Yeah, those guys are buried.
Right, where Michael Pittman Jr., there might be something good happening here because he has a quarterback in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, 37 points on his bench. Who do you start next week, McCarthy or Rodgers?
Yeesh. It depends on the matchup.
Yeah, he's gonna have that headache all year. Yeah. Pittman might crack his way into this lineup over Hill. Olave had a nice game too. 7 catches, 54 yards, and that's
Right,
with Spencer Rattler throwing the ball. He had
right.
13 targets.
Jesus. I mean, he was throwing to nobody else. Well, they were losing all game, so they had no choice but to throw the ball.
On to the next one. This is you. You should take the lead on this one, but Heater really outperformed expectations here.
Yeah, I got Josh Allen. I was winning before the fourth quarter. Then after the fourth quarter happened, yeah, he never looked back. 50 points, Josh Allen, top fantasy player in every league possible. Um, yeah,
He's our player of the week, right? Like we can just skip
obviously.
that whole
Yeah,
segment
skip
and
that.
say
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
He threw for 280 yards in the fourth quarter alone. Alone. You know what I mean? Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like the
What a
Ravens,
guy.
I thought the Ravens upgraded their defense. Like, this is trash. You cannot allow this to happen.
It's not like he's surrounded by weapons either. Like Keon Coleman, James. I mean, these are good players, but they're not
Yeah,
household names really. Yet maybe Allen might make them such, but it's just yeah, what Josh Allen is doing, it, it's crazy. The Bills
it's
are going to the Super Bowl if this is what he's going to do this year.
yeah, this is what he does. We'll see how this turns out. Um, but Sweetness also had Jameer Gibbs. He had a soft week one. Lots of catches to make up for that. Green Bay was losing all the game.
Green Bay was doomed from the start. They had such a momentum boost from that Parsons trade that it was home, crowd was packed. Just it didn't matter who Green Bay was playing; they were going to get their ass beat this week.
Um,
Like Parsons barely played in that game too.
right. He didn't play. He was on a pitch count. Austin Eckler. What's your thoughts on Austin Eckler?
I mean, this is who he is now. He's basically James White. So if you're going to play him, just expect 10 to 15 points at best. The Commanders had Debo returning kicks, which pisses me off. They had Eckler returning kicks last year too. What are you doing? These are like veteran guys, high paid at important positions. You have Christian McCaffrey's, I almost said the R word, brother. Just let him return kicks.
Terrible.
So yeah, I mean he's James White now. Eckler's James White.
Okay. You know, he had Mike Evans and DK Metcalf go for 10 and 12, respectively. Neither one of them saw the end zone, but both of them made their presence felt during the games they played. Kraft, 2 for 16, a touchdown. And DJ Moore, 3 for 68. And that came late as well.
Yeah, I'm bummed if I'm Heater and DJ Moore. I don't know. It's going to be tough to replicate what he did last year or whatever year that was, where he just had to like. Remember, he had like a 200-yard, like 4-touchdown game,
That was the
and
first year he was he in Carolina, or was that when he first showed up the Bears? Can't
that would have
remember.
been last year because last year's 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm worried if I'm a DJ Moore owner.
But he has Keenan Allen on his bench, 7 for 68. So that's pretty good there. And he also has Charlie Tillman.
Cedric Tillman.
Cedric
Charles Tillman was he's the peanut
defensive back.
punch.
Right, peanut guy. Yeah. 552 for a touchdown. So he has receivers in the wings in case. So okay, he just got a very strong team.
Yeah. To you, if my big surprise looking at your lineup, other than Igbuka, who is the easy one, is Trey Benson.
Yeah. 9 points. But yeah, 69 yards. To James Conner's 39 yards and a receiving touchdown. So James Conner is still the bell cow, but Cedric Benson, T. Benson might take over.
Yeah, right. This could be a problem for you in that, like, you bought this great insurance policy, but now he might eat into the other guy's work, and now because you can't play Benson over Connor, it's
Right.
just gonna take Connor from like a 20-point guy to like now maybe you might have a 13-point guy and a 10-point guy, and that's no fun.
Right. My disappointment is Nico Collins, 3 for 25.
I tried to trade for him, so let me know if you want to sell low.
It's tough that he didn't really do it, and it's like you gotta blame. If some blame goes to Stroud. Stroud himself, 188 yards total. We'll see what it looks like this week because they go against Tampa week 2. And if you're a quarterback that doesn't do too well, play against Tampa, you start doing pretty good. So that we should see what it looks like the next following week. But Brock Purdy, 26 points. He's banged up though. Evan Ingram, he had 3 for 21. He's banged up now. Jerry Jeudy got 11 points. Pretty solid debut there with the new slinger, same as the old slinger back in town. Yeah, he's back. Mbuka though, like you said, Mbuka though, first week for a rookie season here. 4 catches, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He looked great. Like, are you nervous about Godwin coming back and just kind of same thing with the Benson Connor dynamic, just kind of, you know, usurping some of Igbuka's potential breakout? Because
I think Mbuka will still do well if he stays healthy. Be fine because if Godwin comes back, he'll still be kind of like he's not going to be at 100%. He's not going to cut super well. He's coming off a broken ankle. So I mean, he's got to temper how he does things too.
yeah, it seems like that Tampa would be best just working all three of them about the same instead of just relying on two guys. Because Evans is up there too.
Right, he's up there too. So you got to get the young guys reps, so then you get transition well. And I got Rashee Rice serving a suspension, just waiting.
Yeah, I just looked at your bench. I was like, there's really not much to talk about here. Did Justice Hill have negative 14 yards?
Yeah, negative 14 yards.
Congratulations. That's hard to do.
That is, and still get one, and still score one fantasy point. That is hard to do.
Did he get dropped today?
He is gone.
Okay, and Mims got dropped.
Mims gone as well.
And that's it? Those are the only two drops you made?
Yeah.
I was surprised to see how many waiver moves went through today. That was a shitload.
Yeah, I like the new setup. Just a side tangent. I like the new setup, how they show you like everybody who did put waiver claims on people. So you can see.
They've always done that.
I've never really paid attention to that.
Yeah, it's under the waiver report. I love that.
You get to see like Quentin Johnson was the most popular player.
We all had claims on him.
We all wanted him.
He was the belle of the ball this week.
You know what I mean? We're like, oh, he knows how to catch now. Interesting.
Yeah, good win for Heater. Fell short of high points because of Slade. And this is our last game. We got Dickner Palmer. He's got to change that name. Jordan gets the worst team name award. That is garbage. he merges players from his team and to try and make like a pun, but this is last year's pun. Those were two crappy players too. It was Cameron Dicker and Josh Palmer. But yeah, he won 156. He slayed Lionheart.
Yeah, he did it in a pretty fair fashion. It's not it wasn't pretty for Lionheart. You know, he had Hurts and McCaffrey, McCaffrey's was questionable all the way up to like the coin flip. You know, and 30 points is very solid.
He's in danger because if George Kittle's now hurt and Purdy's hurt and Jawan Jennings is hurt, Kyle Shannon's not going to be able to help himself. He's going to give Christian McCaffrey the ball 30 times and he's going to die.
It's like, kill him. Send him to another realm. You know, he's still all in on the Lions, so there's a lot of Montgomery, J-Mo, Lions defense, the kicker, the head coach. He's still heavy on the Lions, so that won't change.
Yeah, it worked last year. We'll see if it works this year.
This
Not
year
a good
will
start.
be interesting because they're struggling. The Lions' offensive line hurts with the retirement of the center. Their center is hard to like. If Jared Goff's not protected, Jared Goff can't be Jared Goff.
Yep.
And that was his problem with the Rams because they couldn't protect him, so he kind of struggled. Where Stafford could play in a bad offensive line, he can make it work.
Yeah, there really are two Jared Goffs. You're 100% right about this.
So it's a bit tough here. Brock Bowers got that Q next to his name. You gotta monitor that because I don't think he had that last year. So this year he's nursing something and he's being targeted. But 5 for 103, extremely solid. Marvin Harrison Jr. though, 5 for 71 and touchdown. I think Marvin Harrison is going to pop up this year.
Yeah, he might break out. I might re-examine that potential trade we almost made. Amon and Kelsey for Harrison and Bowers. He probably won't do it now. I probably should have done it.
Yeah.
He does love his Lions though, so I can gaslight him.
It's a potential.
But yeah, Jordan was the story of this game. Double-digit points from everybody except for Devontae Smith and the Giants defense. You got to get rid of that Giants defense. It doesn't matter who they're playing.
If you didn't give the Big Balls award away, that's big balls right there. Played the Giants defense against the Washington Commanders. Like what?
Yeah, A Chain had I know his name's A Chan. I don't like it. I still call him A Chain. 18 points. He'll go as Tua goes. Mahomes 32 points, 2 touchdowns. He ran one in. Nakua 10. This guy's for real. 10 catches, 130 yards.
Incredible.
How did the whole league? How does the whole league miss on a guy like that? Even the Rams missed on him because they took him in the 5th round or whatever it was too. It's not like they took him in the 1st round.
I don't know. He's very much Cooper Cup esque. He's not the tallest, he's not the fastest, but he
So
runs
smooth.
clean routes, and he gets the target. So he's all money. We'll see. Tyler Warren though, 7 for 76 for 14 points for the Colts. Something to watch.
Breakout alert.
This guy right here he could be. They were saying when he got drafted, he has Gronk potential because he's like 6'6". So he has potential to do it, and he has the hands. And if Danny Dimes throws in the ball, he's going to be that guy.
I didn't go on record with this anywhere. I didn't even mention anybody, so I can't pat myself on the back for it. But I had a feeling Daniel Jones was gonna be okay with the Colts. I obviously didn't expect him to do what he did here. He had a better game than Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck ever had. Did you see that stat?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is insane.
crazy. He scored on every possession. They scored on every single possession.
Like I thought the Colts could at least middle. A lot of people had them going like 5-12 or whatever. I was like, they could maybe get to 8 wins with
Yeah.
Daniel Jones because he's shown flashes, and the Giants deserve all the hate they get. If you're the Giants owner, you know that Saquon Barkley clip that went around where the coaches talked the owner into not re-signing Barkley,
Oh
and
yeah.
now you watch Jones go leave and have the start. Like Dayball should probably be fired.
Just on that.
Yeah,
Because he's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer, and you mean tell me he goes to the Colts for like a few months and he turns into this? Like,
yeah. And you had to cut his ass mid-season last year because you couldn't get anything out of him, and now he has a better game than Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck ever had for the Colts. It's crazy.
and here you are, a coach in the Giants, and you're still floundering.
Floundering. Did you watch any of that game? I watched it twice. I watched it in real time, then I watched the condensed game.
I
And
watched the condensed game on YouTube, and it's like Russell Wilson was under duress. He was doing all these like weird sidearm throws. They're getting blocked down at the line of scrimmage. It's
Russ
like, dude,
Russ is the last person to know he's lost it.
just put Jameis Winston in. Just put him in, okay?
Yes.
Just do it, all right? I hate the hate on Jameis Winston. Every team he shows up, he's third string, and then all of a sudden he'll you're like, dude, just put him in the game because James Winston's going to launch the ball, and yeah, he's going to throw an interception, but you're going to score at least 25 points because he's going to pick.
I understand the not wanting to rush Dart. Like, I understand that part of the conversation. I also understand why a bunch of fans are saying put him in. But just go to Winston. It's not like you have, I don't know, Josh Johnson as your third string quarterback. Like,
right.
Jameis can fling it. And even if it just buys you another 3 or 4 weeks until you eventually have to put Dart in because you'll be 0-5.
But I guarantee your fan base will be excited about the 0-5 because they're like, man, these games are high scoring. We're seeing our players are playing. I mean, no one wants to see 3 and outs. No one. That is how you kill a fan base.
Neighbors will love it. Neighbors will bust out too. You'll at least make him better.
Right. Your other players will, like Tracy will benefit from it. When the Browns put Jameis Winston in the game last year, whatever, Jerry Jeudy exploded.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jerry Jeudy, you made a trade for him. He was doing nothing, and then all of a sudden he exploded with Jameis Winston for a 200 yards on a Monday Night Football game.
Yeah. We get. I don't understand. Charbonnet, he looks like he just stole Kenneth Walker's wife. He had 14 points on his bench. If I'm him, I'm playing. I don't know. He has is Jalen Warren? He played him at the flex. He got 17 points, 11 carries. He had 2 catches. He's got some good running back depth with Charbonnet.
Jalen Warren, he had 11. He had 11 attempts for 37 yards, but he had 2 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown. So that's what helped those numbers out.
Yeah, he had a big week. He can drop Jalen right. I don't know why he's rostering it.
Right. Jalen Wright isn't it. And Jordan Love on his bench for 22. So
Yeah. Really nothing with Lionheart else worth getting into. Ramonde Stevenson, only 6 points. He had awful fantasy special teams. Brindle did. Took a 0 from the D, a 7 from the kicker, and a -10 from the head coach. What's that? A -3 overall?
yeah, -3. Tough. Real tough.
Yeah, that's not good. So that's it. That's all the recaps. We had 45 minutes, like we said. We just got a Hall of Famer to get to.
Yes, sir.
We can do this. We left off last year with Nick's pick. If keen listeners will be aware, I did say who my next pick was going to be because I was mad that I had to wait an entire offseason to do this. Because I'm on my Make It Right tour. I'm going for some big dogs. I put in Drew Brees and some other guys like that, and this time is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. What do you mean making it right? I don't understand making it right.
Just some, at first we started putting in some underlooked reality players who were really good fantasy players, and we skipped a lot of these, first ballot fantasy Hall of Famers, guys like Tom Brady, who was a 7-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time Super Bowl MVP, a 3-time NFL MVP, a 2-time NFL offensive player. He even won a comeback player of the year the first year of our fantasy league. His leg fell off.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
3-time first team All-Pro, 3-time second team All-Pro, 15-time Pro Bowler, 5-time NFL passing touchdown leader, 4-time NFL passing yard leader, 2-time NFL passing rating leader, NFL completion percentage leader, 2000s All-Decade team, 2010 All-Decade team, 100th anniversary team, AP Male Athlete of the Year, 2-time Sportsman of the Year. He won a Brett Bell Award, whatever the hell that is. Like, Tom Brady, people have heard of him, and they say he was a pretty good quarterback.
Tom Brady is, I won't say he's the best quarterback of all time, but when it comes to winning, like he's probably the most winningest quarterback you'll ever see. He's his first excuse me, his first part of his career was helped by the idea that he had great defenses, so he had to do a whole lot. In the back end of his career, he got really good at throwing the ball and understanding where people need to be at and placement, ball placement.
He's definitely a product of hard work. He never should have had the career he had. He shouldn't have never even gotten the game. It took a weird hit. It took Drew Bledsoe lacerating a spleen for him to even get in the game. If he's drafted by any other team but the Patriots, he doesn't have this career. Like if he's drafted by the Browns, he's out of the league in 2 years.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He drafted by the Browns, he's gone. So
he's gone.
He's gone. You know what I mean?
We don't know who Giselle is.
And hell, if Drew Bledsoe didn't get hurt, you would never heard anything. You would never heard anything from him.
Yeah.
If Drew Bledsoe stayed healthy, he would have probably still been a bench, and then he would have probably maybe bounced to another team, possibly, unless mid off season Belichick makes a switch.
Yeah, there were reports that they really liked him, but there's no way they saw anything like this happening.
No way. So yeah.
I think I would say he's the best quarterback of all time. I see what you're saying because just like kind of the style of quarterbacks he played, but he was smarter than anybody and he outworked everybody. And like seven Super Bowls, I don't know how you compare that to anybody else. It's almost like, to me, it's like Tom Brady and everyone else.
I hold Peyton Manning higher than him, so
I see what you're saying though. Like Peyton Manning
changed the game. He changed the game. Like he did no huddle, and he did no huddle different, and everybody copied Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning walked so Tom Brady could run.
Correct. Absolutely.
So that's my Make It Right tour. That's it. Week 1's in the books. We'll be back with week 2. I need a win. I know that.
Well, I need a win.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you guys later.